Mm. Welcome back. I am back. We had a star-studded event tonight in the NBA world. Everything that happened that you wanted to happen happened tonight. Let's get into it, man. Let's start warming up. Let's start enough for the foreplay. All right. Let's get to the top, top, top of the top. Oh, top of the top. Let's get to the top. Let's get to the top. That's nice floppy top, baby. Mmm. Oh, yeah, I gotta put it up. Gotta put it up. Okay, as you can see, the Nuggets, the good old Nuggets, the Golden Nuggets, have lost in Game 6. Fuck, boy. Yeah, yep. Nuggets go down in Game 6, man. Um, let's look at the box score of this game. Let's look at the box score of this game. Put it up for you guys. Um, how did this? Oh, oh, that was. I don't know what that's from. Yeah. Look at the box score, game stacks. For the Nuggets, Cam Johnson in Game 6 finished with 27 points. Finally showed up. Jokic had a better game than he had before. Jamal Murray shit the bed again. Christian Bond does shit with that 100, what, 50 million? How much money he paying? Yeah. This team kind of shit the bed. And let's just go back to this. Um, what can you say about Nuggets in this final 6 game? So first we can start off with the obvious elephant in the room. Jokic reliability on the defensive side got exposed. Um, Not only Jokic but the Nuggets as a team got exposed as um, not good defenders. Was called out a couple of days ago by Jaden McDaniels, who said it was all sweet. I'm gonna put the clip up later, but he basically called out this team and said they weak. And how did Jaden McDaniel respond in Game 6? You would say, "Oh well, buddy, I got something for you. Let's see what Jaden McDaniel did in this game." He was talking shit, talking his stuff. Let's pull up Jaden McDaniel's stats. Jaden McDaniel in Game 6 put up 32 points, 10 rebounds, 2 steals, and no turnovers. The first West Conference player with a 30-10 and 2 closeout game with 0 turnovers since Kobe Bean. Ball like I'm Kobe. G Herbo. Like that comment. Um, Jaden McDaniel shot out Game 6. Adders talk insult was an insult to injury. Jaden McDaniel was the one who called out the Nuggets defense, weak defense. Jaden McDaniel a couple of days ago got a couple a game or two ago got into a scuffle with Jokic after beating him. Um, he didn't back down Jokic. Jeremy Daniel is a person who was thriving off of Black Force Air Force energy, bro. Nigga was on timing for sure, bro. Nigga was really about. Nigga was running this shimmy for that smoke with the Nuggets. He was telling them about himself, calling them weak, talking his shit, getting in scuffles, and now
He's offensively. Yo. He's offensively as to really getting a release today.
Go out for Jokic, Jamal, all the bad defenders, Tim Hardaway, Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon, the whole team. Like, just go at them.
They're all bad defenders.
Yeah, they're all bad defenders.
So just to consider that too, and it feels like you guys constantly attacking.
Yeah, just they don't got people that could defend the rim, and if he is there, we still more athletic than them, and just got to be able to finish when we do.
Is there a discipline involved in just staying in that attack mode?
Yeah, you gotta.
Works.
Yeah, just sometimes.
gamed them in Game 6 after calling out their weak defense. Dana McDaniel did it without a Dante. Different. I can't say his last name, man. I'm not finna fucking slaughter his last name. But Dante was out with an Achilles injury. He out for the season. Anthony Edwards is out for a couple weeks with a hyperextended knee. And then you had Ayo, who went down previous game, I think. He was out. So it was up against it. It was perfectly set up for the Nuggets to come back down and, Jokic fan to talk their shit, their nasty agendas. But due to all the injuries that the Timberwolves got, but the mere fact that Timberwolves ever closed the game out with all the injuries, just to show how good this team is and how great of a coach Chris Finch is to have a team finish his team off. This also shows how much of a dumb decision to fire Mike Malone without no real succession plan. How throwing MPJ under the bus last year, but you really didn't really address anything with MPJ. You really thought you were going to get an upgrade with Cam Johnson, but Cam Johnson had a mediocre year compared to what MPJ was doing. Defensively, you were still a weak team. I know MPJ is not like a great defender, but you could have needed him tonight. What I say, what else I can say about the Nuggets? A lot of these VORP and PER stats people, man, listen, I understand your stats and numbers, and sometimes they can be appointing, but sometimes, bro, just watch fucking hoop. I don't need a VORP to tell me how good or bad of a defender, how good bad of a defender Jokic is. People try to, try to hide how really weak off defensively Jokic is, and this series showed how, yeah, it's just different when you can play on both sides of the floor because Jokic was not all that great this series. He struggled in a couple of these games. If we can look it up, I'm putting it up for you guys here so we can see what was Jokic's game logs. And we're gonna look right through here and look just see what happened with Jokic. Game one, 11 to 19, had a decent game, 58% from the field goal, 28 from three, 13 11, 13 rebounds, 11 assists, and got a steal. But yeah, so he had a decent first game. Second game, 24 points. He did get 15 rebounds, 8 assists, but he shot 1 for 7 from the three and 8 from 20 from the field. Next game, he followed that up with a 7 for 26. So put up a July 26th tour date. Um, he did another tour date for February 10th by doing 2 for 10 from the 3 point. 11 for the free throws is fine, but that is not great especially when you're not a defensive liability and people attacking you and calling you weak and you getting scored on by Rudy Gobert. 8 for 22. The next following game, 24 points, not good. 36 from the field goal is insane. 0 for 3. In that game, what is game 4? Game 5, 9 for 15. A little bit better game, 27 points. Shot was 60% for the field goal. And then he had a decent game, but still shot 1 for 5 from the 3, 20%, 25%. This series, he shot 19% from the 3. Field goal percentage was 58. Well, no, that's not. It's not giving me the full. I want the full. No, yeah, this is right here. Quarterfinals. So he shot 44 from field. 19. Yeah, that is 19 from 3 for the series. 93% for free throw, which is fine, but yeah. So this is not a great series. Rudy Gobert played really, really well against Jokic. A lot of people, which led to like some people like I've been watching low streams. That's who I get off of work late, so that's who I keep up and I watch some reactions. People accusing Jokic of attacking, trying to being a switch guy, switching merchant, switching off the guys. Um, Struggled against Rudy Gobert 1v1. Rudy Gobert really proved why. Yeah, he's a top 10 defensive player of all time, and some would put him top 5. Rudy Gobert really showed his worst because a lot of people have been playing with Rudy Gobert name, hating on him. Someone like Draymond Green, Shaq, I can think of just getting their shit off on Rudy Gobert, but Rudy Gobert really proved that he really proved that he's a top 5, top 10 defensive player of all time. Even has some a little bit of production on the offensive side with Jokic guarding him, which is another knock against Jokic. Um, a lot of people going to be getting their shit off on Jokic, rightfully so. When people try to put you in conversation of the best player in the world and try to put you in top 10 conversations when you can't play fucking defense at all and you're allowed to be on defense, and then when you have a series like this where it shows you why like those guys who can do it on the both sides of the floor are just so much like better and so much more worthy of being in those top 10 positions, because like once you get in that top 10, like you got to be the best of the best, and just doing it on one side of the ball just doesn't cut it. And I think Jokic this series just proved that yeah, while he's a all-time great offensive player, it's two sides of the floor on basketball, and you can just ignore one side of the floor, especially when they have a bad series on the one side of the floor, like Jokic having a bad series on offense. You would like with any other player who there's of course there's been top 5, top 10 players who have bad offensive series, but they could still pick up the slack on defense. Where Jokic was exposed as a weak defender, and he didn't really have strong defenders behind him to really help cover up how bad he is defensively. Um, Especially in the playoff, like you can probably get away with it in the regular season, but in playoff, it's 7 games against. It's like you got to go at least win 4 games against these talented teams, especially like a team like the Timberwolves who have excellent defense. Like they can make it harder on you, and then when they can attack you on the offensive side, it should just make you look less appealing, less great, and whatnot. And I think that's what happened this kind of this series with Jokic. Even though he did finish, had the first game was good and his last game was good. It's just like those game in between, like it was just did a lot of nasty work for Jokic PR. Who a lot of people were Jokic fan. They love to throw the numbers and whatnot at and say why Jokic is so great. But at the end of the day, man, numbers is numbers. Like yeah, that's cool, but at the end of the day, you still got to play basketball. You still got to get on that fucking court. And Jokic, this series wasn't looking good on the defensive side. On the offensive side, wasn't even looking that much better either. So, um, this is like his first like real playoff um like series where you can say like Jokic really played bad. He struggled. Um, lost the train of thought, but now a lot of people are trying to go back, and his stats are there coming out like Jokic never beat a team that's a top four seed or something like that. It's a lot of nasty stuff, but Jokic fans been doing a lot of nasty PRs with the numbers and stuff. So of course that blowback is gonna come back a lot much louder for Jokic, and now people are getting their shit off on the Jokic, but what should the Nuggets do going forward after this series, man? You better like you gotta get off that Christian Bond contract. I don't know how much you're paying Jamal Murray, but you need to get whatever money you paying him and tell him to give you something back so you can go out there and get some defensive guys on this team. You're not gonna go past the Timberwolves. You're not gonna get past the OKC. You're not gonna get past the Stanford Spurs because if they would have got through this and when they would have won Game 7, you would have to go to the Spurs. And I think Wemby would have got. I mean, I know Jokic would have got even more exposed with a Wemby who can play defense and offense. It would have been nasty. So it's gonna be bad tonight, but you did avoid the potential slaughtering of. I think it would have been a lot more louder if Wemby would have been the one to game the Nuggets and shut down Jokic, which I think for sure to me Wemby is already a better player for me than Jokic. As people would know, I'm a more two-way player guy. If you can play two-way, I just think you're a better player, and I like Jokic, but motherfucker, only thing I can use is on the offense, and at the end of the day, like that's cool, but when you can't play defense and you have series like this, which yeah, he didn't have. I don't know how much other series he had struggled. I know he lost against the Lakers in the bubble, but it's just like the series like this just amplify how much of a liability these one way, especially offensive players, just because people give way more slack to the offensive play, like way more like leeway with offensive players who's one way than like defensive players. Like they quick to shit on someone like Rudy Gobert, but they let somebody like Jokic slide just because he put up great numbers on offense, but like he's a lot of being on defense. But I just say Nuggets gonna have to look at themselves in the mirror. They're gonna have to figure out what they can do, get off some contract, get some defensive players on the team, help Jokic out. Um, Go find your real coach. Um, yeah, all that we can just throw any coach in there and we can win championship. Hey man, that might work in the East or something, but in the West, man, you got these talented teams. You're going against these teams who got good coaches, good players. You need a good coach. A good coach will move you a long way. So, um, Nuggets took the other night, man. It is what it is. They got BTA. But let's move on to a touchy subject. Um, I can just go to my recent likes for this one because, yeah, man. it got nasty for this team, and they're a hometown team, so they still close. Oh, and this is Jaden McDaniel reaction after the game. Oh, my shit muted. My shit is muted. Uh, if I can. So, yeah, they already making jokes. Shaq and Kenny making fun of the Hawks at halftime. Um, oh, here's Chris Finch talking about. Oh, I don't know if I can hear the audio. Uh, Chris Finch reacting to people saying they try to say he was better than Hakeem Olajuwon, which is crazy. A lot of people try to get their shit off with Jokic, trying to compare them to these all-time players who good on offensive end and really good on defensive end, can hold their own. So a lot of people gonna get their shit off, and rightfully so, because I just never been a person who would put these one-way offensive plays because you're so great. I have to put you in the conversation with these guys who also get on the offensive end and then also really fucking good on defense, and all just because you all time great on offense, I gotta give you a pass for being a cone on defense. I think that's just bullshit. A lot of people just like people play scoring baskets and instead of just like being like a real good all around basketball player. And that's what people is like. People just love the basket, got the people who score basketball just because that's the highlights and whatnot. But like real hoopers know, real hoopers fans know, bro. It's just more than just scoring buckets. Um, uh, yeah, but at one point, because I want to talk about the Hawks, man. So at one point, the Hawks was I forgot what it was. I think at one point Hawks was down. Let's just react to it, guys. Like I'm just gonna show you how like bad it got. And they was at home in Atlanta, bro. And I was down the street from them, bro. Down the street, bro. It was quiet, man. It was quiet, bro. It was quiet in that arena, man. You can hear the lemon pepper wings dropping on the floor. It's just BTA out the gate. It wasn't even a game, guys. Like 7-9, that's fine. Look, 15-11. Now we at somehow hold on 30. Hold on, it was 15-11. Somehow these niggas got 30. Hold on, 15-11, like 21-11. Somehow these niggas got 40-15. Like that's crazy. That's crazy of how many buckets you gave up to it, how many buckets you scored. Like, oh my goodness. No, look at this. 62-19. Like they like it was just not that long ago. Like they had just had 15. They got 62. What the fuck? Look at this shit. This is insane. This is like a wreck game. 72-22. 50 points. Like this is insane, guys. Like this I don't wanna like okay, yeah. I was talking about it. At one point it was 90 points, 90 to fucking 36. I don't even know you can do that on fucking rec. That is insane. Now, respect to the Hawks, because they're a young team, and especially after everything that happened with Trey Young, nobody expected them to get this far. But god damn, I know this young team, but boy, this is the type of BTA that fucking ruined franchises. This is like the Suns and the Mavs in 2022. I think it was. It just is. This is insane ass whooping, bro. It's 96 to 30 fucking 8. And so you tell me in 3 quarters you only scored 38 points and the other team scored 96? And it's not like Atlanta isn't a defensive team. It's a defensive team. I think they got Richard shit out there, man. God. 103 to 4. Oh my, bruh. What was the final score? 133. Man, listen, man. Mercy rule. This is insane. CJ McCollum hit Hughes 3 to cut the lead to 47. If Belter Ash was a game, being down 6-1 in the playoff game is crazy. Knicks scored 83 at halftime. Another special tribute for Bam Legacy. It's crazy. Nasty. Had to watch these highlights. It's time to tab. The game was close until it started. That's crazy. Hawks need to refund the Hawks fans tickets as an apology. But just BTA. Knicks came out. They showed their dominance. They had a little trouble with the Hawks this series, but at Game 7, yeah, they truly made a statement. Shout out to the Knicks, Hawks, man. I would say, your young team gets the whole thing ahead of you, but damn, ass whoop like that, bro, might have some repercussions. Just a repercussion of ass whooping, bro. Anywho, man, all right, that's a little quick, Um, let's move on to the next subject. Let's talk about the Boston fucking Celtics. Yeah, we need a Levanto game from Jason Tatum. He only had like 17 this game, and I think Jaylen Brown had like 18 or something. Yep, 76 forced game 7. Final score. Celtics have to shut Tatum down for game 7, have him play to a calf injury. Not able to move from tearing Achilles will be malpractice. I don't know if they're gonna do that. Celtics about to blow a 3-1 lead. Paul George doing go probably shit on the Celtics. Let's just see what these guys put up tonight. Um, let's just look at the box score. Jason Tatum with 2 from 6 from 3, but 6 for 13 from field goal. 17 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. And then you look at what Jaylen Brown did: 18, 2 from 6 from the 3-point and free throw. Damn, 7 for 17. Not a good game by him. So, and let's see what 17 did. Paul George, 8 from 17, found 9 from 3. Damn, 23 points. Kelly Oubre, decent game. Joel Embiid, 19 points, 1 from 5 from 3 and 6, 18 from field goal. Not the best game by him, but Tyrese Maxey really carried the load. 30 points, 11 from 22 from field goal, 3 from 5 from the 3-point, and 100% from the free throw. Edgecombe, 14 points. Edgecombe. Quentin Graham didn't really have a good game. Andre Drummond didn't do too much, but yeah. So my reaction to this, man. I watched a little bit of the game. Um, it looked like the Celtics just came out flat this game. And I know a lot of Celtics fans are frustrated with the Celtics. They feel like in the past years, especially in the first round, they haven't really did what they were supposed to do. They just a lot of people complain about Celtics just especially with under Majula, them just falling in love with the 3 and just allowing team to Did them fall in love with the streets, taking the streets instead of just getting easy buckets, allowing teams to win games they shouldn't be winning, just losing games they shouldn't be losing, man. And now you lost in Philly. Now you gotta go back to Boston in Game 7. Um, who knows what they'll have effect on the next series if you win, how tired your players going to be. But just to show like it's crazy that Celtics can go from having no expectation this year to oh they playing really good this year, but not crazy expectation put on them, and then at the end of the season, everybody looking at them a potential championship ship participant, goddamn, or like competed for a championship, and now they back to disappointing. Um, going to Game 7. All I gotta say is, if they do lose 7-6, it would be a disappointing end to the season. But being that Tatum was out this year, nobody expected him to come back early. He was. Nobody expected Jalen Brown to lead his team to what they do this year. Um, so do I think it's a failed year for them? And I do Chelsea probably fans. If you ask them, they probably don't think it would be a failed year. They'll be highly disappointed for sure if they do lose. But then I think most of them just know they probably wasn't gonna beat anybody out the West, and going to Game 7. Um, I think a lot of Celtics fans are just probably still gonna be mad for losing to 76ers, but um, you really just like thinking about going to this year. Nobody really had them going in the championship and being a 2 seed, so it's a disappointing end of the year if they do lose. But I don't think it will be all gloom and doom in Boston. I still think they can make some moves this offseason to just show up that bench, because they still need. I think they need to just add some more players on that team to make it a more deeper roster. But if they do fail to lose, win Game 7, it's going to be a disappointment for sure. But I think it wouldn't. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be like an overreaction. It shouldn't be like it's all bad in Boston. Like first of all, I don't even feel. I don't care if they was 2 3. I never really saw them as they could win a championship this year, especially coming who they gonna do it out west. I just think they just overachieved this year, but I don't think they're a true contender. And that's just my opinion. But I know people might think different, but this is my personal opinion. I just really never really bought them being a true championship contender. I just think they just overachieved. Majula should get their coach of the year, but like outside of Tatum, Brown, um, I know how I don't know how's he been playing, but paying Pritchard, like it's not like a crazy deep roster. Basically, compared to like the old team, the I guess years past, this is like to me roster wise might be the weakest roster, but I still think people are still gonna have like a lot of disappointment if they lose. But for me, Celtics was a decent season. Um, it'll be a fucking horrible way if you go out like this, especially for the 76ers who you basically been like dominating them. I guess I don't know. I guess you got to check their record against them. But no, I know that Joel Embiid quote is he no considered 76ers and Celtics a rivalry because they always get their ass kicked by the Celtics. So them to come back and maybe win, um, will might help out Joel Embiid. I gotta say about Joel Embiid, if he can be healthy, um, can the 76ers make a run for it? Yeah, you just hope he's fucking healthy with it. It's like at this point in his career, like it is what it is with Joel Embiid. So yeah, um, I think what more can we talk about? Like, yeah, Hawks got belt to ass. It's it's gonna be a long night at Magic City tonight, boys. Gonna be a lot of sad niggas crying in the lap dance room, man. Jokic legacy is in question tonight. That's what I got from this. Um, what else? Yeah, Celtics going to Celtic, but nobody expects you to be this position. So chill up. Don't be too hard on your team. Um, what else? And I think that's just most of the stuff I want to cover tonight. Crazy basketball night. It's so crazy tonight. We got fucking Knicks dicking down, fucking hometown Hawks. Um, we got Jokic fraudulent alert finally exposed of what he truly is, a fucking cone on offense and a cherry picker. He just pick on weaker people in the post. When it's time to go against somebody who's good, like Gobert, and who's big, motherfucker always come up short. Um, Celtics, man, it is what it is, man. Running this shit back from like years past, bro. It's just every year. Somehow Celtics in the fucking dog fight in the first round. But yeah, I think that's most stuff I want to cover, man. It's almost 2 o'clock. I can't believe it's only been like 36 minutes. I've been yapping, having a fucking yap fest. I will watch some highlights, but I just probably might insert some clips in here. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. Um, w- let's piss some people off. Jokic is a fraud. He's not even top 10. Ah ha ha. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck about his MVPs. Motherfucker only got one championship. Weak bitch. I can't even get past teams that's a top 4 seed. Let's piss some more people off. No, that's I just kind of want to piss the Jokic fans off because you guys piss me off every fucking year. So yeah, everybody else I'm cool with, man. Everybody fan base, Nuggets fan base, fuck you guys. All right, weak ass motherfucker. You got the Miami Heat in the finals in a weak ass year. That's your one fucking championship, bitch. Now Wemby and OKC running this shit, and you got the Jazz coming next year too, pussy. Yeah, fuck you, weak ass. Go smoke some fucking weed and whatever. Enjoy your fucking freedom or whatever, and your fucking beautiful mountains. But your team fucking sucks, and your fucking era is over. That's what you get for fucking giving that 15 from Melo to that fucking fat slob, Jokic. I'm out of here. I'm gone. What the fuck is the recording? Oh shit.